So this right here is the ENGWE M20. This is the ENGWE M20 2.0. I just looked up the prices for these things and they're cheaper than when I was amazed by them. They're cheaper with inflation. The ENGWE M20 currently right now is $999 and the ENGWE M20 2.0 is $1,199. $200 more for this one. It could just be a Christmas sale. It says it's discounted from $1,500 to $1,000, which is a freaking massive discount. Quick specs on the M20, 750 watt motor, 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires, 48 volt, 26 amp hour combined battery packs, 28 mile per hour top speed, then a bunch of other miscellaneous specs. So the M20 2.0 is basically this bike just upgraded a little bit. 750 watt motor, 1200 watt peak, which is a little higher than the M20. The M20 is a 1000 watt peak. The M20 2.0 is a 52 volt, 31.2 amp hour battery pack combined. So it's kind of just like that next step over the M20. All right, let's get these things out of the box and get to riding them. Here we have, once again, my favorite e-bike of all time for the price. You cannot beat just the ride quality and everything. The M20 I used to have that looked just like this was actually the single battery pack version, but I'm gonna test this one as if I hadn't ridden it before, and I'm definitely excited to test this dual battery version out and see what kind of range we get out of it. So exactly what you guys would think. The styling is awesome, the color is awesome, the seat color with the green color is awesome. Overall, very good looking bike. You guys can see nice and bright motorcycle style headlights. It does have a functioning tail light, so if I pulled the brake lever, it would light up as well, and a running light. All right, let's go over the software really quick. Nothing you guys haven't seen before. Headlight controls here, on and off, horn, pedal assist controls up and down here. The power button and menu button is right on top. Menu button just cycles through average speed, max speed, odometer, trip, and then obviously pedal assist buttons up and down to 5. That's pretty much it, man. All right, here we have the ENGWE M20 2.0. So this is definitely my style of bike, like the modern motorcycle style design. Front forks up here for the suspension and then a rear shock right here for the rear suspension. 750 watt motor, allegedly it's 1200 watt peak motor. We'll see how powerful it does feel. Got your hydraulic disc brakes front and rear. And then let's go over the software really quick. It's a pretty simple screen. The buttons are down here. Headlight and horn control here. And then pedal assist button up and down here. And then the menu button will toggle between your odometer, max speed, average speed. Yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. That is the M20 2.0 in a nutshell. And the differentiator between this and the M20 is 52 volt, a little bit more powerful, and per battery pack is more capacity. But they sent me the single battery pack version for the 2.0, so it's really not a direct comparison. So because of that, what I may do is just get the M20 on a full range test since it has both battery packs, and then ride this one just to kind of feel the power difference and just like the overall riding difference. I may take this one out on a range test, but we kind of generally know what it'll do. And if you're gonna be buying this bike for the price, you just get the double battery pack version. I think it's like $150, $200 more for a second battery pack option. And obviously this bag is taking the battery pack's place just for aesthetics, but they run the wiring, have a tray here, and then the battery pack, and all that for like, I don't know, $200 or something for the second battery pack, and you get like twice the range out of it. Definitely worth it if you're buying one anyway. ENGWE, come on, man. Please fix this. Let's get the M20 out first so we have a reference when we're riding the 2.0, the upgraded version of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. These bikes are probably the best colors and overall just like one of the better looking e-bikes you can buy. For the money, I'm not exaggerating at all. I really don't think you can get better e-bikes than these for the price. And ENGWE is more of a name brand at this point. Like they've been around a while.
Yeah, this feels exactly how I remember it. It's so comfortable, just the riding position and everything. It's like the most natural thing. Pedals, like there's no weight on your feet while you're riding the thing or anything. It's just a fun bike. Decent acceleration, good top speed. It just feels like it should be so much more expensive than it is. Just the build quality and the specs you get and just how good it looks, you can't get a better bike for the price. You can't. I'm sorry. The only downsides about it is it's not incredibly torquey. Again, we're going for top speed. It's a 48 volt bike, so top speed is far more important than a small marginal amount of torque that you can get out of it. I guess also why it just feels so good to ride is it just feels planted. It just feels like a dirt bike. It doesn't feel like an e-bike when you're on it. All right, it says we're at 26. I'll get some tucks. At 26 mile per hour is the top hitting. Yeah, once again, my favorite e-bike of all time for the price. It definitely feels like marginally faster. Nothing crazy, but I think we'll see probably more top speed out of it. Definitely a little quicker. Kind of feels like the M20 if you put it into sport mode. Riding experience obviously is the exact same. There's really no difference between the chassis. You know, the riding style is the exact same. Nothing else to say about this one. It's literally the exact same bike, just in sport mode basically. Comfortable, stylish, fast, good top speed, and very planted, very well built. I also think that maybe because this feels so much like a dirt bike, my mind is just numb to the actual acceleration. Maybe it feels slower than it actually is. If I was on a different e-bike, maybe it would feel a lot more impressive. But this one is just built like a dirt bike, so it feels slower, even though you are going faster than other e-bikes. Could be the case. All right, we're at 27.5. Let's get some tuck here. Get as little wind resistance as we can. Here we go, 28.2. Top speed, they say, is 28 on this one too. So let's see what we actually get. 28.8 is the fastest we were getting. 27.2 miles per hour. All right, next up is full range test. I'll do this really quick for you guys. I mean, I'll just get the end result and call it a day.
So with the full range test underway, I quickly remembered how comfortable and enjoyable this bike is to ride. It handles really well, the suspension and the thick tires do a fantastic job minimizing bumps and vibrations, and the riding position is perfect. As far as powertrain goes, these bikes are definitely designed as commuter bikes. It will do well off-road and all-terrain type environments, but you definitely won't be climbing steep hills from a standstill on these things. The hill test showed that it lost a few miles per hour up the grade, but powerful enough for its intended purpose. Overall, this bike truly does outperform its price class. It feels like it should sell for about twice of what it currently sells for. All right, brake test right now. It'll definitely stop you. I have no real complaints. You just gotta, I feel like the M20, this one, you have to pull it harder than the M20 2.0. Let's grab that one now, see if my theory is correct and it does have more responsive brakes or not. Overall, such fun bikes. I cannot believe this one you can get for like $1,000. Insane. Yeah, it's definitely quicker. Definitely quicker. All right, here we go for a brake test. That definitely stops it a lot faster. These brakes just feel so much more responsive, like they're much easier to pull. Curious if they're the same. We'll look at that in just a bit, I think.
Is that a blue color of the bike?
Yeah.
Oh dang, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was black, but when you're in the sun, you can definitely tell it's blue.
Yeah. There's only been a couple other e-bikes where I'm like, wow, that's a really nice color. Both of these in different colors, like they just look good. I guess let's just do like a little quick acceleration test. Obviously it's not like extremely torquey, but if I were to go just full throttle, it's definitely not slow, but it's definitely geared for a higher top speed. I don't even know why this is only $200 more than that one. I don't know, man. It's confusing to me how they're even profiting on these. I can't even find bikes on AliExpress near these specs, like at the China cost, that perform nearly as well as these. And these are sold retail for less than that. I don't know how they're staying in business, but it's like a name brand in the space selling these bikes like at cost. They've got to have like lowest production costs, or like they own the manufacturing or something for these. All I know is it's a good deal. So I went back out to finish the range test on the M20, and I also took the M20 2.0 for a short ride to get an idea of its range as well, though I didn't have time to do a full range test on it. Also keep in mind that I don't pedal for the range tests, and I'm at full throttle the whole time, which is why I call them more of a stress test. You'll obviously see more range in normal riding conditions with pedaling. right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet since this is the tail end of the video. I just got back from the range tests. I'm gonna go over the M20 first. On one charge, we got 30.6 miles on the odometer. There's a little bit left in the tank, but it was slowing down pretty good around that. So there you guys have it, 28-ish mile per hour top speed, 30-ish mile range, front and rear suspension for $1,000. I'm not even gonna say any more about that. It's still one of the best deals you can get. The ENGWE M20 2.0, I only did half a range test. I don't have tons of time today. It was about half capacity. We got about 10 miles on the odometer. So we'll estimate right around 20 miles, maybe just over 20 miles of range on one charge with the single battery pack version. If you were going to buy these at all, obviously I would recommend just getting the dual battery version, just for the enjoyment of the life of your ownership of it. Oh, also about the brakes. I actually realized the 2.0 has hydraulic disc brakes and the ENGWE M20 has cable driven brakes. That's why I was feeling such a difference between the two. So I think overall, I think it is an apt description saying that the 2.0 is basically the M20 on sport mode. It's slightly faster. It has more responsive brakes, but overall the M20 already is a great bike. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think there's much more to say. All right, so there you guys have it. That's a comparison of the M20 and the M20 2.0. Not a big fan of plugging anybody this hard, but I feel like I just have to. You can't get better bikes for the price, I don't think. The specs you get, the overall riding experience, the appearance, the color even, I don't think you can get better for the price. I think they're having a big Christmas sale probably right now too. That's maybe why they're so cheap still. Anyway, I'll leave a link below for these bikes if you guys want to check more into the specs yourselves. Besides that, have a great day. I'll catch you next time.